Sunday, May 31st, 2020. The SpaceX launch and protests all over the country this week. The current time in Minneapolis, 6:38 p.m. Mexico City, 6:38 p.m. New York, 7:39 p.m. and Los Angeles, 4:39 p.m. Here are the latest numbers from Worldometer. 6,259,417 people have been infected around the globe with COVID-19. 373,688 have died from the disease. 2,785,171 have recovered. 12% death rate. The rest are open cases awaiting an outcome. Tough remembering how the week began. Didn't take notes with everything going on. The coronavirus task force meetings seem to be over with for the time being. The White House personnel seem embarrassed and are most likely in quarantine. We are not allowed to find out if anyone got sick or not. President Trump not sick, maybe the malaria drug worked for him. He put his faith into it. Like he said, it would be a miracle from God if it worked. One small miracle for the man at the top who's still running this country. The hemp company that I used to own has some top secret stuff going on. Keeping my fingers crossed. So that's how the week started, I guess. This narrative hoping that reopening the country would work, that people could get back to work and salvage the economy. If it didn't work, then all the president's men vowed to not close the country again. We would simply develop herd immunity. I was worried that reopening too soon might cause a second wave. Yeah, that's kind of how the week started. That's one narrative. The other narrative with Don Lemon on CNN and the killing of a black man in Georgia, picking up momentum on Memorial Day with two stories that we learned of on Tuesday. 1. A white woman in Central Park threatening to call police on a black man while being filmed and clearly wrong in the situation. Yet behind this absurd video, with this woman so horrible in her handling of the situation, the video of an officer kneeling on George Floyd's neck loomed. That second video, so clearly showing a black man being choked out while handcuffed for almost 10 minutes, left people sick. That sick feeling you get when you see someone die. Of course, they say the cause of death is under an investigation. And that video simmered, after the video in Georgia. Now 2 videos of black guys getting murdered by white people playing over and over on CNN. Wednesday, a failed SpaceX launch. Somehow we all knew it wouldn't happen because of the weather. Yet we all knew Saturday would be another chance to make history. One of Floyd's brothers asked for the death penalty live on CNN. He wanted the police officer that knelt on his brother's neck to die. Thursday night, the burning of a police station in Minnesota. Finally, an image to overcome the videos of black people being murdered. Yet something else in the burning of a police station. Real damage to the system, an attack against America, as Chris Cuomo might argue with himself. Yet also power to the people. At that moment, people were more powerful than the system, and it continued into Friday. People blocking the freeways, protests multiplying across the country. Stayed up Friday to watch the burning of police cars intensify. Saturday, all-day binge-watching of the escalation of the protests. Only the effect began to wear off. Then SpaceX launched the first manned mission from American soil in 9 years. The protests had become organized. People were stopping traffic on the freeway to rob semi-trucks. People were protesting to occupy the police, while others looted the best part of town and then set the shops on fire to cover their tracks. Also, the realization that not everyone wore masks, that social distancing of 6 feet had dissolved. People were getting together in large groups after being under stay-at-home orders for like 2 months. A lot of people had lost their jobs. This became a real night out, just like the old days at some music festival. We're going to find out in the next couple of weeks if these protests became super spreader events. The coronavirus case count could skyrocket. If hospitals become overwhelmed, then the death toll and death rate could also see a sharp rise in this country as well. Not to mention a tarnished image across the globe. Well, more tarnished, things haven't been going well in America. The Chinese and Russians have a secret pact. They're both friends with the Iranians who hate us with their hearts and souls. A deserving black eye to Uncle Sam with the historic SpaceX launch might be something they talk about. People say Uncle Sam should be replaced with Mr. T. If the riots stop this week, then the hangover can begin, and people afraid of catching the coronavirus can now be forced into the streets to sweep glass and board up their shops, as the string they held onto snaps with these business owners now falling into bankruptcy. Insurance companies could not pay claims as well. So while many rioters justified torching a building under this pretense, this might become another fallout from the pandemic, as insurance companies are unable to pay for repairs. With the GDP surpassing the national debt this year, we might be sliding into third world country status. Instead of the hemp economy saving us, it could be that the elimination of human life from the pandemic helps the country to balance the checkbook. God bless George Floyd and his family.